going to turn on the recording button, and then you have to. Hello, could you start by introducing yourself? Tell us your name and your role.
I'm Elisabeth Berlinger, and I am part of the lay minister care team, also part of the care team and some other things.
So, Elisabeth, what's been most challenging in the pandemic time for you? What's the past year and a half? What's been hardest for you?
The hardest was that all my volunteer work was gone. All of the things that I did at church, where I met with people directly, it wasn't possible. My volunteer work at Crittman as a lay chaplain wasn't possible. Just getting together with friends for a long time wasn't possible till we figured out we can actually meet at a trailhead and at least walk together on the mountain. And that helped a lot. I missed the community, just be together in church, being surrounded by like-minded people and hugging each other. And I love greeting on Sundays, being in the foyer and seeing everybody right there. All that was gone.
It's a lot of loss, a lot of loss.
Mm-hmm. And I'm one of the lucky ones. I don't live alone. And at some point I counted that we have a big amount of people, a lot of people that are living alone. And I just felt so terrible for them. Beside a man, I have 5 animals. 3 dogs at the moment and 2 cats. So I wasn't lonely in that way, but I missed community.
Yeah, well, and that leads us pretty naturally to our next question, which is what are the strategies that have helped you get through?
So as I mentioned, one was walking with friends on the mountain. And then there was a few things I could do for the church community. At some point, we put people in touch in pairs with each other, telephone pairs, and I was able to do a lot there. And at some point I thought, I can at least call people. So I tried, not every day, but often, to just sit on the phone and call a person. And I reached out to some that I didn't know that well, but I knew them some. And we had some nice visits on the phone with each other. At least I hope they got as much out of it as I did. And so it was more organizational things I could do. Organize meals, meal trains for people that were ill. Christmas meals, that was really fun. There were some people that were all alone and were going to eat by themselves, and I got them together and they each cooked part of a meal and then shared it. I think they met at the church and gave it to each other out of the back of their car. So those little things really helped and made me happy to help that way. And then I started painting rocks. Had nothing else to do, so I was sitting here just painting rocks. I had several hundred, and so I went from house to house and left them in front of people's houses that I knew. And especially during election time, I looked for the right signs.
Yeah. So what are the kinds of support that you like offering people beyond the practical stuff like meals and rocks?
I think I have learned to listen to people and not to just always give advice or not to tell them what to do. Because I think a lot of people just need to unburden them sometimes and need somebody there and a listening ear. And that's one thing I was able to do. It was a grief group. And I've learned a lot from that, to just listen. You can't tell people what to do when they're grieving because they lost somebody. But you can listen to them, and just talking in a safe place seems to help people. So that